I've played a ton of racing games, most of which I'm terrible at. Some of my favorites out there are Need for Speed Underground 2, Ridge Racer Type 4, Rush 2049, and Project Gotham 3. So as you can tell, I'm more into the arcadey racers and not the simulations, though I like those too. I just happen to suck at them all. My good friend and sometimes co-host Adam and I have gotten into a bit of a habit gifting each other games on Steam. He sent me the Dead Space remake, which I thought was excellent and one of the few remakes to outdo the original. That certainly wasn't Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, whatever the next disappointing installment's going to be. I, in turn, bought him Piku Niku because it's hilarious, the soundtrack is great, and it made eco-terrorism pretty funny.
How dare you!
Oh, shut up, you little asswipe. Then recently, he gifted me the infamous Big Rigs Over-the-Road Racing. I've heard a lot about this game and was excited to try it for myself, and now I'm going to share my findings with you for Bad Game Summer 2025. Let's take this journey together, shall we? Upon starting the game, I was greeted with a start screen where I had to click winning the race to get started. While waiting for it to load, and I want to point out that the progress bar would complete loading and then it would empty out and do it all over again, so I didn't even know that it was actually loading anything to begin with. The game describes itself as break jammin', CB talkin', convoy rollin' action across America. From Portland, Oregon to Miami, Florida, you'll be hauling loads and trying to stay one step ahead of the law as you climb into your big rig for non-stop driving action. Just a few problems with this, though. First, this game's version of America looks a lot more like the setting for Fist of the North Star or Mad Max than it does any place that I've been to in the US. This digital hellscape offers 5 desolate tracks: Devil's Passage 1 and 2, Forgotten Road 1, and there is no Forgotten Road 2, I'm guessing because somebody forgot to create it, though if this is intentional, then I think it's really hilarious. There's also Night Ride and Small Town Road. I wanted to make a joke about that sounding like the song Old Town Road and was going to get some little Nas X video footage, but after about 5 minutes of searching him online, I had to set my computer on fire, bleach my eyes, and immediately go to church. Next, there is no CB talking or convoy rolling to speak of. There are no little kids trying to get your attention to honk the horn, nobody cutting you off and forcing you to hit the brakes so that you don't cause a giant accident on the highway, and there are no truck stops with toothless ladies of the night there trying to woo you out of your hard-earned money so that they can afford that bag of Shackalicious gummies or Lenny and Larry's complete cookie. Or meth, let's be honest. In fact, the only truck that appeared to haul anything was mine, and it was hauling confusion and maybe a little bit of resentment toward my good friend for gifting what's essentially a flaming bag of shit.
Judas Priest Barber is one of those flaming bags again.
Don't put it out with your boots, Tad.
Don't tell me my business, devil woman.
Finally, there is no law to speak of. Nobody is chasing you. Nobody cares that you're racing. I certainly don't care that I'm racing. This game consists of 2 vehicles, you and your computer opponent. You just drive down the road, go through each of these checkpoints that kind of reminded me of the bad guys in Tron, and then you make it to the end. It doesn't matter if you get there first or last either, because the game will always declare you the winner. It is the public school of racing games. In fact, I missed the very first checkpoint in one race, made it to the finish line where the computer was waiting, and I passed the finish line, went through checkpoint 1 to tag it, then drove backwards from there to the starting line or finish line, whatever the hell you want to call it, and it still considered me the winner. The laws of physics do not apply to this game either. You can drive up the mountains to near 90-degree angles, and you can also drive through buildings as if they don't exist. Actually, you can drive through pretty much everything in this. Buildings, streetlights, bridges, even the Earth itself on one track. You can choose to go through the checkpoints, or you can just drive anywhere the hell you want. The choice is yours. Another little bit of fun I discovered was hitting the brakes and then going in reverse. The game is so broken that there is no max speed in reverse, so you're free to either spin around in a circle until you make yourself throw up, or you can go in reverse, speed off the map, and see the Earth and everything you've ever held dear drift further and further away. There is music, but it sounds like it belongs on one of the demo discs that used to come with the official PlayStation or Xbox magazines. One of the Steam achievements in this is to hit the mute button, so now you have even more incentive to turn it off. When you're done playing the main game, if that's even the right term for it, you can go to the bonus content section for even more thrills. In this section, you can play as a car, a douchey pickup truck that I'm pretty sure someone who lives in the neighborhood across from mine drives when he's not driving his Polaris Slingshot, or a motorcycle. The motorcycle in particular is very realistic in how the driver doesn't lean into his turns at all, but you do have the entire open road to drive like a jackass all you want, so it isn't all that bad. In the bonus content mode, the biggest change is that there's actual collision detection this time, and it's a little stiff. Can I not drive through things now? Alright, fine. Mountains went from letting you drive up them at any angle to making your truck completely stop halfway up now without even any slowdown. You can still go in reverse at ludicrous speed though. Maybe if you go fast enough, you can reverse time. What if you could go back in time to tell the developer to finish the game? And also find me and tell me to invest in Amazon and Nvidia. If you have some sick interest in competing with others in this game, you can check out the leaderboards and see what other poor bastards have been sinking time into this. Do you fancy yourself a big rig master? Do you think the load you're hauling is bigger and thicker than the competition?
Peter, there's so much duty in here.
Well, you'll have to bring your A game and see how you stack up against guys like the big dog at number 1, player 774, with almost 1,200 hours clocked into this game. How? Or in the number 2 spot, there's Sex. Also rounding out the rest of the top 10 are Big D Williamson from MBHS. Or how about the Panic Lime, Dr. Gouache, and Low Battery Smoke Alarm. Big rigs over the road racing is hot garbage that made me a little sad to play. It also somehow made me laugh with just how bad it is, and I actually got more enjoyment out of it than I have some of the other games that I've reviewed. Stay tuned for the next video, got another one coming up soon.